Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing fantastic today. It is Katya here, and I hope you're ready for some shoulder mobility. So, if you don't know me through other things in life, I actually have pretty mobile, funky shoulders. So, because of that, I actually have hypermobility and I tend to go too far on things. And this sort of video is actually great for that because we're actually going to be working on not only the range, but having that full engaged strength in it. So if you have any sort of shoulder things going on, this is a great video to start off in. So we're going to start with just some regular old arm circles, nothing special, but I want you to really think about reaching through your fingers, but also keeping your shoulders in and down. So reaching up through your fingers, but engaging through the arms and the shoulders, feel the back engage, and circling all the way around. And as you're going back and down, make sure you're not sticking your ribs out, your abs are engaged as well. And just breathing easy, don't need to go too fast in these. Really just feel your back and your shoulders working. Nice. And then we're just going to start making those circles maybe a little smaller. And just a little smaller, spiraling in. Again, we're keeping those abs engaged. Maybe our palms are facing down now. And then we're just doing tiny little stirs, warming up the shoulders. If you're feeling any burning, it's all good. If you're feeling anything in your neck, just maybe look side to side, shake it out. And then we're going to reverse those little stirs, so going the other direction, slowly getting a little bigger and a little bigger. Feel the shoulders engage. Really pulling down your back, and as you bring the arms up, make sure the shoulder blades don't come up. You don't need to wear your shoulders as earrings. Nice. And do this last one here. Awesome. And then we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to try doing one arm forward, one arm backwards. It's always a good play for your brain. So the way I like to do this, I like to start with my hands out in front of me. One arm goes up, one arm goes back, and then we continue. If you can't do this, it's totally fine. This is a fun little brain teaser. It took me forever to be able to do it. And now that you've got some rhythm, we're going to reverse it. It's always good to play and engage the brain while you're doing these. Last one there, and then come back on in. Okay, now we're going to basically be grabbing out to the outside and then pulling back on in, sending those elbows back behind us. Really engage the arms, engage the shoulders, and then pulling it all back on in. So you should feel as you pull out, still pulling down in your back, and as you pull in, it should just pull even more. So out and grabbing, pulling in. Get those arms nice and warmed up, nice and ready for everything else that we've got going on. Got two more here. And then back on in. And now we're going to do a little tricep stretch. So bring that arm up. You're reaching down your back. And then you can press just softly the back of the arm here. Reaching down your back. And pressing in and then releasing. Pressing in, releasing. And just go in here with your breath. And then you can release that there. Other side. Again, pressing back and then releasing. And pressing and releasing. Always having that moment of effort. That way we keep the muscles engaged. And we're not just hanging out in a stretch. We got two more. There we go. And then we're going to do the same sort of thing, but across the body. So arm comes across. You can either be with your hand or with your elbow. I always like with my hand, I find it just sits a little better. And then pressing across and then release. And again. Doing those little pulses. Make sure your shoulder is really pressing down. It's not coming up towards your ear. Got 2 more. Nice, and coming down and across. Pressing and releasing. Ooh, this side's tighter. I always love working the upper body. I don't know, it always feels so satisfying. Maybe it's because like when you start building muscle in your upper body, it's the first place you tend to see it because there's not as much fat up there. And then you can release here. Okay, so then we're going to do some of our single arm series that we would do on the reformer, but again, just focusing on that form and focusing on that mobility. So we're going to start by doing the first one, which I like to say drawing your sword. So you're going to have your fist, knuckles facing out or palm facing in towards your shoulder here. Pull the elbow back and follow through with the arm, and then reversing, coming all the way back on in. When you're pulling back, make sure it all starts by pulling your shoulder blade back, and then you extend the arm out, and then you pull it in, and then you release the back. If you get all these muscles firing in the right way, once you get on that reformer again, oh, it feels so good. Everything's working in the right way. It doesn't feel too elbowy. And then you're going to come back on in. That hand's coming up towards your ear. And then we're going straight up and straight back down. Again, a pretty simple move in reality, but you're focused on keeping the shoulder down as you send the arms up. So really reach through the fingers, but reach and pull down through the shoulder blade. And the second you get weight on, you're going to want to go against it. So think the nice tall body, and one last one. Coming all the way back on in, and then bring your feet just a little wider than hip distance apart. We're going to side bend over, but think about lifting through your abs. Don't just hang out on your hip. Bring the arm up, and we're going up towards the ceiling and back on down. Up and reach. And again, don't let the shoulder come up toward the ear. We're keeping it down. Keep the abs engaged. We're doing 2 more. And then all the way back on down, and then we're going to do the other side. So first up, that sword, so palm facing in, knuckles out towards that opposite shoulder. Pull the arm back to open the door or draw your sword, and then bending it back on in. Really keeping that back engaged and only releasing it when you need to. Absolutely love doing these without weight because it really helps me engage all the right muscles and makes it so that I can't really hang out in my joints. And then once I get back on that reformer, because it just feels so good. We're doing one last one here, pulling it out and coming back on in. And then you're going to bring that palm up towards your ear, and we're going straight up and straight back on down. It's also a great time to notice maybe some of your tendencies. Maybe you just tend to like hang out in your back and your abs aren't engaged. Maybe you're, like I said, your shoulder likes to come up towards your ear. Maybe you start clenching your jaw. That's a thing. It's a thing that a lot of us do. We're doing this last one here, coming back on down, and then we're going to side bend over, reach over your head, and then we're going up towards the ceiling, back on down. Keep those ribs in. If you need to, stand against a wall so you know you're straight. We got 2 more here. And last one. Nice. And then what we are going to do is we are going to do our hugging upwards. So arms are going to be wide out to the outside, soft bend in the elbow, and we're going to come up and together and back on down. And then again, up and together and back on down, keeping the ribs in, keeping the shoulders engaged. We got 3 more. It's okay if your arms are feeling a little tired. And last one. Woo! Okay, so we're gonna come on down. And then we're gonna start off with puppy pose. So sort of like downward dog, except we're gonna be on our knees. So we're gonna have our hands out, and we're gonna think about keeping our hips stacked over top of our knees and getting our chest down towards the floor. Again, working on that shoulder mobility, the upper thoracic. If you'd like, you can press your forehead down, or you can work on maybe getting your chin down, trying to keep your gaze up. And then even here, think about maybe pulling those shoulder blades in a little more rather than having them up by your ears. And then we're going to carefully press on up out of this, and then we're going to go right back on in. Then we're going to have one last big breath down here. And then we're coming all the way on up. We're going to curl our toes underneath us, and we're going to come up into a full downward dog. So press through those feet, press those heels down towards the floor, and really shift that weight back into those feet. You're going to stretch through your back. And if you'd like to, we can kind of walk our dog, pump those heels down. Awesome. And then we're going to kind of move ourselves forward into a little bit of a plank and lower ourselves down until we're laying down on the mat. Nice. So from here, we're going to do what would be pull straps and T on the reformer. So those hands are going to be down by our sides. And then we're going to inhale, pull those arms up and really squeeze the shoulder blades back. And then release back down. I don't care how high your head goes, if you can lift off of the mat. We're just thinking about the upper body and the shoulders. Squeeze and come back on down. And then lifting up, squeeze like you're going to squeeze a ball, and then back on down. We got two more here. Lifting up, squeezing, and releasing. Last one. Nice, and then we're going to come out into our teeth. So arms are going to be out wide to the outside. Think like a butterfly stroke here. So we're going to lift the hands on up. We pull those pinkies back behind us, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then come back into our T. But keep the arms up nice and high. Inhaling to squeeze back, exhaling to release. We got two more here. Inhaling, squeezing back. Exhale, release. One last one. Nice. And then we're going to bring the arms up over our head. And it's kind of like we're doing a pull down. So our hands are going to, or our palms are going to be facing each other. Our forehead can either be down on the mat or just slightly lifted if you'd like. And then what you're going to do is you'll lift those arms up and then pull something behind your head. And then pulling back down. Inhaling as you go up. Exhaling to pull and squeeze the shoulder blades. Really keeping the shoulder blades down, so don't let the shoulders rise up towards the ears as you extend the arms. We got two more. One last one. Nice. Okay. So from here, we are also going to do a little bit of our double leg kick, but again, just the upper body part. So forget about the kicking part, which I know I just said is called double leg kick, but we're focusing on the upper body. So you're going to have one hand stacked on top of the other. So no interlacing fingers, no grabbing hold. It's just one on top of the other. Nothing special. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale and you're going to extend the arms out and then pull them back on in. If you're having a hard time keeping your hands stacked, you can grab a pillow, a pole, anything really, and just hold on to that. So then your arms are going out at the same time and then back on in. But remember, they don't have to come completely straight. Going out and back on in. You got two more. Out and in. One last one. Pressing out, coming back on in. Nice. So then we're going to bring our hands back towards our chest. We're going to curl those toes underneath ourselves, and then we're going to press ourselves back up into a little bit of a downward dog. And coming back into a downward dog here. Pressing through those heels. Think about lowering the chest down. And then we're going to come forward into a plank. Little challenge here. We're going to bring one hand over, step the leg through, come into a side plank, and then we're just going to continue the rest of the way around. Get those fingers, they're pointed more towards your hips. Have a big press here, really press with the arms, extend the chest. And then we're going to sit ourselves down. And then we're going to do what would feel a little bit like a reverse push through. So we're going to have our fingers pointed away, palms facing down. This is not a how low you can go moment or how far you can go moment. You'll get the stretch even without going that far. So walk those hands out just a little ways. And then what you're going to do is you're going to press through the heel of your hand. And think about lifting your chest up until you find a stretch in your shoulders. If you're having a hard time finding it, walk your hands a little lower. And then again, press through the heel of your hand, lifting through your chest, maybe even pulling the shoulder blades down and back. And then releasing. And we're going to do that 2 more times, just going up, holding for a nice long breath. You can keep your chin in so you shouldn't feel any strain on your neck here. And then back on in, and then one more time, pressing up. Really expand the chest. This is our last one. And then coming up right back on in. Great job. Shake out those arms. That one's always such a big stretch, and sometimes it can feel a little elbowy, but oh, it feels so good in your chest and in your pecs. And great job today, guys. This is just a little shoulder mobility and shoulder love video. As you know, I love training my upper body. I love getting to do all these sorts of things. So let me know how much you enjoyed it down below. And if you haven't yet, make sure to comment or subscribe and ring that bell if you want notifications for more videos. Okay, thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope to see all of you very, very soon.